Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Jen. Welcome back if you're returning. I'm going to do a general collective reading. This is going to be for everybody, so take what makes sense for you. Use your discernment. You're responsible for all your own choices. Okay? Check out the box below the video to connect with me on Facebook. Purchase the oracle decks I've designed. This is the FeralSpirit oracle deck, and this is the FeralSpirit soul care deck. For now, that's what I have. As far as that stuff goes, you can also email me. I do made to order custom spiritual blends of salts, oils, and spiritual sprays. I also do tarot consultations. I do not solicit readings, so just email me, okay? I won't ask you if you want one. You gotta ask me. It is April 10th, 2026 at 9:02. Oh, I just turned on my flashlight. Okay, let's see here. Come on, phone. There we go. 9:02 p.m. Michigan time, whatever that is. So I kept hearing the possibilities are infinite, and that got me thinking about physics and string theory and what is it, the double perspective or double something. Anyways, if you can imagine it, it's happening if you really think about it somewhere in the quantum universe, okay? Because God is good. And if you really think about it, we're on a planet spinning around in a solar system, in a galaxy, in a universe, on top of dinosaurs and bodies that are decomposing. And we're still growing things, building things, creating things. Just think about that. So, something about that. Maybe, you know, it's the whole, if you can worry, why not try to imagine that things are good? Or, you know, like if you can worry about things going bad, might as well worry about things going good. Something like that. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, the Most High God, Holy Mother and Father. Thank you for this message. Thank you for this clarity. Thank you for this guidance. Thank you for helping me be of service to the viewer. What is the message that the viewer needs to know? All right. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm in a really good mood. It's Friday. So, I don't know. Took a shower. Worked all week. Feeling good. Feeling good. So, alright. Let's get some message here. What is the message for the viewer? Oh my gosh, that is so much. Okay, we're going to try that again, guys. I was way too vigorous with it. Way too, okay, that's fine. That's more reasonable. Alright, we have watch your relations with other people carefully. Be reserved. 5, 15, 20, 21, 35, and 43. We'll see what that leads to. Live light, travel light, spread the light, and be the light. Somebody here is into physics. I'm going to tell you right now. I think it's quantum physics. Something about the speed of light. A conclusion is simply the place where you got tired of thinking. Guys, we've gotten similar energy. Now, what's weird about this is before I started the camera rolling, I took those out, shuffled them about, put them back in there, and turned myself around. So, we're getting very similar energy. I mean, I know there's repeat viewers, but there's similar energy here. Alright, and this is upside down. Your dream will come true when you least expect it. Okay, yes. This is, somebody here thinks like things are impossible. Read the board. Okay, pay attention. Look up quantum physics. There's lots of things that are possible that you might not have even thought possible. So, okay. I feel like there's a connection here. With the be reserved, it's almost like I'm feeling some sort of pressure to like hold back, but I want to share. Okay, and that's interesting as well because while I was like meditating, shuffling decks and stuff, I was thinking about how like I overshare at work. This is the thing I do in a lot of social situations. So something there, and I was like, man, if I could just stop talking. So, something about that for someone on the other spectrum of things, I feel like that's this energy is like I need to be more reserved in a situation. There's also some sort of exposure energy here. You could be dealing with a Leo. This could be dealing with some sort of creativity or something you're creating. I'm also picking up something to do with children. So I'm seeing like face painting or something like that. It's like tiny hands on a face. I don't know. A conclusion is simply the place where you got tired of thinking. So yeah, maybe somebody is just like, this never gonna work. Like this kind of like, I hold back because it's never gonna work. I just keep things to a minimal. That's giving me that, you know, travel light, live light. Although that means like, live light, like love, happiness, you know, show those, shine the light, this little light of mine type energy. I think that's what this is saying. But the energy, excuse me, that I'm picking up is like, someone's like, minimalist. Okay. So, and perhaps they're tired of thinking about it. That's where they're just like, I'm just going to stop thinking about it because it's not possible anyway. Somebody here is dramatic. Somebody's definitely a Leo. All right. So we have an important person coming out. That came out. I'm going to approach these differently with the reversals. Okay. We'll see what happens. January could be relevant for someone here. Someone's name could be Janice, something about Janis Joplin. Somebody could be a musician, a singer. Somebody could have the blues. We got piercings. All right. With that piercings, somebody could be a piercing artist or have a lot of piercings. We have Y, first name, middle name, last name, and initial. I'm hearing Yahtzee, so something here about games, magics, and miracles came out. Definitely could be some energy manipulation going on with someone. Could be doing it to yourself. We have Saturday, also Saturn energy. Somebody's learning a karma, a lesson here. Everything's karma, okay? Hi, Karma. That's my puppy's name. But, like, somebody here could be definitely learning a lesson, reaping some karma. Karma is neither good nor bad. It's just the consequences of the energy you put out, you know? So we have rings coming out. Somebody's like a commitment here to something. Somebody could wear a lot of rings. Somebody could be a jewelry maker. We have N, first name, middle name, last name, initial. June, somebody's name could be June. This could be relevant about June energy. We got Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, Cancerian energy. Let's get a couple more here. 1st through the 15th. That's that feels like ages, guys. Somebody could have some teen children, some younger children here, like a group of children. October is Libra, Scorpio. Something here is really relevant about your children. D, maybe you're, you know, a single person and thinking about connecting with people or, you know, kind of, this is giving me like, who would want this brood? Okay, type energy. Something about that. Who would, you know, is there someone out there? Or maybe somebody is just giving me really kind of like dejected. Like, point type energy. So whoever that is, hold on, we'll get farther. Hold on. Possibilities are infinite. Somebody's thinking a lot here. Also, somebody could wear hats, could wear many hats. They could be, you know, a boss. They could be a parent. They could be a sibling. You know, adult child here. I feel like there's a lot of responsibilities. Whoever you are, listening, or you're connected to somebody with a lot of responsibilities. It's like you and you and you. So. Something about that. I feel like somebody here is in dance or dances a lot, or they're a dancer, or they take dance, or maybe, you know, their children are in dance. I hear like you want to say yes, no, and then it's like yes, no. I don't know. That kind of vibe, okay? Could be, I think I said Scorpio and Libra. Yeah, there's some sort of change here involving balance. Maybe, you know, you just got a new routine going on. I feel like there's some sort of energy that was put out. It was positive energy. I'm picking up a lot of yes energy with that Y. Is some sort of positive energy, and with that Saturn energy, it's, you know, what you're reaping, what you've sown. So it could be a commitment you might have said no to here back in June because of children. Something about a child. Could have been also the beginning of October. That this is reeling in. Somebody could be a fisherman or somebody fishes, or fishing for information as well. I'm hearing Danny, Dante, Denise, Danica, Dinah, Dina, Dana. I'm hearing Andy, Nancy, Noel, Natal, Natalie. And Yvonne. Something about yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Yesterday, oh, I believe in yesterday. So make it like the Beatles. I think that's the Beatles. All right, let's get some more clues here. Thank you, God. I definitely feel like there's an important person on someone's mind here. And what that is telling me is like almost like they wanted to say yes to a commitment. Something about, you know, some 1 to 15 years, somebody might have been committed to something as well. Yeah, I feel like, guys, more of that actions and consequences, okay? And it's just kind of like, I feel like this is giving me so much energy of, like, there's just, it just is what it is. But not like an acceptance, but like in a very dejected, like there's no hope. Like somebody needs to expand their mind. Actions, consequences, okay? Be careful with the energy you're putting out. There's something here very spiritual because these are all purple cards. And when these purple cards come out, okay, that says on point, by the way. When these purple cards come out, that's an indication that your third eye chakra and your crown chakra, right? That's our connection to the divine, to God, the Most High. So when you have that stuff coming out, your intuition is telling you something here, but your logic, right? Your mind. It's like the lights flickering in the temple, but the temple doors aren't open. Okay? Kind of like that. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. So something about this energy where it's like your intuition, your divine side of yourself is like, no, like there's glorious things to be had here. There's a lot of light if you just let it in. And it's almost like the logic aspect of things is like, no, it doesn't make any sense. I shan't think of that. Somebody's so dramatic. Be so dramatic. Or don't. I don't care. I'm dramatic, so I get it. You might be dramatic, but you're grounded. Definitely more Leo energy, heart chakra energy, okay? Heart chakra. So someone's heart here, I feel like they're very big-hearted. It's just, this feels like you've been through a lot. I'm seeing piercings, and with that, I'm thinking about Saturday. Maybe you're getting a piercing on Saturday, or somebody is. It feels like you're getting some space from some chaos, okay? It could be a break from your kids. But there's something here about piercing, getting a piercing on Saturday. This is also like giving me like, I have been through so much, like it hurts, like it hurts, and it's still hurting. It's not as bad as it once was, but it's still bad. Okay. So something here, this could be a Gemini or a Cancer energy involved in that, with that, you know, block. You guys, this could be a block for whoever this is for. All right. So just pay attention. You got to open the doors, open your mind, study physics, study something you don't normally, I feel like you really do what you want. I'm not your boss, okay? I'm not in charge of you. But I feel like if you step outside the box and just research some stuff, research quantum physics, it's going to, I feel like you're going to fall in a rabbit hole that's helpful because it's going to expand your mind. It's going to give you another perspective. To understand some stuff here, okay? You really need to do some I said outer world, other world. Maybe somebody plays Outer World. Isn't that a video game? But it's like you got to get out of your own world internally, okay? Get out into the world to see a different perspective here. You know, if you think of God as an acronym, it's guided outward direction. So there's something very much, follow your intuition, okay? I definitely suggest physics, because once you start studying that, that's like our interaction with the material world. It's really cool. Let's get one more. Thank you, God. All right, we have solid. Yeah, guys, whoever this is, somebody solid. There's some sort of communication here as well. I feel like that's the message, though, is like this is a solid message. I'm really feeling like really inclined to be like, guys, that's some solid, whatever's blocking this, I feel like it's giving me building blocks. Wow, study physics. Okay, seriously, this is giving me like building blocks. We have 11 on the bottom, like-minded, happy event, happiness. I feel like, yeah, there's something here. I feel like you're gonna be very much delighted. It's also giving me reflection energy, okay? The energy you put out is the energy you reflected back. So if you walk around thinking everyone's a douchebag, all you're going to meet is douchebags. And they're actually really lovely people, but if you don't even think yourself's lovely or that the world's a cool place, you're not going to see that energy. You're not going to see it at all. You'll have blinders on, okay? What's some more clues here for the viewer? Think you got? Well, that's a mess. Okay? Usually when that happens, that's a lot of energy. Okay, there's a lot of energy behind this. And I feel like this is kind of, it's giving me like, the dam needs to break. The wall needs to come down. The doors need to be open. These two cards are what, the only cards of all those cards. These two are the ones that came out. And this says, relax, 22. More duplicate numbers, okay? We have 22, relax. This is the end of something, but there's also these dandelions down here, which are new seeds for new things. Reaping what you're sowing is going to be a huge thing here. Pay attention to what you're sowing. This is also 4. Could be a number that resonates with you. You could be dealing with an Aries. So this could be right now, relevant right now. Somebody watching this, they're sitting there going, I got nothing else to do. I'm going to watch Jen. So we have victim energy 11, right? That's that more of that I'm helpless, you know, I can't do nothing, I'm entitled to things, I have no control over things. When you have this energy, I feel like you need to relax and put that to an end, okay? That type of I have no control, because you totally do. With that 11, you're seeing 22, 11, and 11. Maybe you're seeing 22 and 11. Okay, what also is that? That is seriously 10 o'clock at night. So, something about 10, 11. Yeah, but also when you add 11 and 11 together, what do you get? 22! Okay? Something here, you need to adjust your sails, friend. Definitely. All right. Well, Hag came out upright. That was upright. So, yeah, this is more of harsh, feared, and intimidating. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary stepping out of the box, but you gotta get out of the box. Do what you want, and it's your life, but there's something here, I feel like, too, you know, it's more of that, you know, if everybody's a hag, that's all you're gonna see is hag energy. When you see people being scared and intimidated, have faith, my friend. Have faith. We have 26, 62, 8. It's definitely a Leo involved here. You know, there's some sort of wish you're hoping for. I don't feel like you're out of range of it. I also don't feel like you're off your rockers wanting what it is you're wishing for at all. I feel like you're just kind of into some sort of doubt energies and despair. You're lacking faith for sure. We have change. All right, so definitely could be dealing with the Taurus. There's a gain of something in here. What you're creating is you're gaining. Okay, I opened it. So that's a deck split there. New growth. Those are those dandelions I was talking about on the relaxed card. And then you have love here. 19. We have 19, 91, and 10. Okay. Boundaries is popping out. So I feel like there's something here. It could be in a relation. I feel like somebody could definitely, I'm strongly picking up, there's a single parent with a lot of kids. Fair play to you, first of all. That's not easy. But I also feel like it's almost like, you know, you feel like you're going to be stuck alone with all these kids for a minute. Not that that's, you know, okay, that's fine. But I also feel like that's kind of blocking you off from some sort of helpmate here. It's keeping you alone. So, Hermit energy, there's definitely a relationship, guys. There's some sort of connection here. I can't even, guys, I'm just shuffling cards and talking. I'm just channeling the energy. One more, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. There's a connection here, and I feel like once you're connecting with this person, 42, 24, and 6, it's a lover. I definitely feel like there's some sort of lover energy here. I feel like it's going to definitely be a lot more awesome. I feel like whatever blocks were there, I feel like the block is that hermit energy, right? There's a change going on, and I feel like it's being created because of how you're feeling. There's some sort of love that you're drawing in, and it's a connection for sure. New growth is back on the bottom, so we have 111 up here, and then it's just 1949. I just seen that something here. So Something here about the 50s traditions, 40s, 50s. I don't know. Look into that, I guess. I just started hearing, let's do the time warp again. Rocky Horror Picture Show could be relevant for someone here. But yeah, there's some sort of energy that's blocking you from a solid communication, there's some sort of solid thinking here about abundance. And what's abundance, right? Helping hands, many hands, light work. Okay, there's something about that. Also, somebody could be into light work, like be a light worker. But many hands, you know, more. Yeah, an extra set of hands, that's helpful. That can be very helpful if it's the right hands, if that makes sense, okay? So just be aware. I feel like pay attention to how you're feeling, pay attention to the things you're saying, pay attention to your heart. A big prayer of mine is, you know, God, check my heart for any evil, okay? Remove all anxieties from my heart space. Let me have faith, okay? So, and that's something, you know, might work for you, is just checking that heart space. And being aware that, you know, we got to have love and light in there. That's what it's built for. And that what that heart is filled with is what comes out and is what generated. So we definitely could be an Aries here. First house, Mars, self, and head. I feel like somebody, yeah, your intuition. Your antenna, your tinfoil hat, okay, is sending out a message. You got to open up your mind. Got to open up your mind. You're calling in something. You want to call in. You are calling in something here. I feel like if you want it quicker, you've got to clear this up. You have to clear up this energy. Because, yeah. Okay, well, that's Virgo energy that fell on the floor. I'm not going to keep it. This is habits. Okay? 6th house, Mercury, service, daily work. The things we do on the daily. Diet, health. Okay? So, something here about pay attention, you know. If you're going to spend time worrying, you might as well spend time imagining things are awesome. Balance it out, if nothing else. There's so much. I feel like this is kind of overwhelming, but it's also, like, fun. Virgo is on the bottom of the deck, by the way, after all that shuffling. Somebody could be a Virgo dealing with a Virgo. We have Pisces, 12th house, Neptune, hidden self, subconscious. Maybe you're... It's okay, Karma. It's all right, chill. It's all right, good boy. Maybe you're scared to, like, let yourself daydream almost, or think about these things. It's like something you want. I feel like there's something here about you being reluctant to accept it, though. 22:40 on my clock. So we have prayer and meditation. Just putting that out there. There's our Leo energy. So we could be Leo, or dealing with the Leo. This is children, creativity, sun, pursuits of pleasure, affairs of the heart. Okay, I feel like you need to write down what it is you're desiring. Write down your dreams, whatever that is. I feel like you're not allowing yourself to have some sort of daydream. Okay? The neighbor's dogs are outside, by the way. That's what he's barking at. All right, let's get some tarot. All right, thank you, Most High God. What is the message here for the viewer? This is great energy. It's just, I feel like somebody's really overwhelmed. I feel like they feel like they're going to have to do it on their own for a minute. I don't think that's true. I think you're calling in someone here. With the Scorpio, we have the Tower, okay? So this is a sudden change. There's some sort of sudden revelation that happens here. Notice that's on Aries. Notice I've been talking about that crown chakra, okay? This is going to be an epiphany. This is going to be some sort of revelation that changes something for you. Definitely. What is the message here for the viewer? Thank you, God. We have the Lovers, okay? Definitely could be dealing with Gemini, Scorpio energy. I'll let you out in a minute, bud, alright? You're good. Good boy. Thank you. 7 of Swords. One more, please. Thank you, God. We have the Ace of Wands. Definitely a fire sign. Aries, strong, Aries. We have Sagittarius coming out. Gemini, strong. Scorpio. I feel like there's somebody here that's deceiving themselves, okay, with that 7 of Swords. Yeah, it's almost like they're lying to themselves about what it is they truly want. You know, even if you don't have a lot of kids, you just got, like, one kid, or you're just even alone. I feel... Let me clear my throat. Okay, something about that. but I feel like there's some sort of strategy here you need to look at, okay? Maybe in March you started kind of rolling this around, and that is when you started allowing yourself to think about this, okay, is when you started like as above so below, okay? You started putting this out in your heart. You started like allowing yourself to kind of daydream and feel about these things, and then it's almost like you slam the door on it. You're like, no, never again. Something about that, okay? And I feel like there's a new beginning here with this Ace of Wands and this Temperance, and I feel like it's very balanced. It's very balanced, and I feel like it's balanced because it's coming from the heart, okay? Whatever this is. There's some sort of prayer that someone has taken some sort of action on. And you know, what is it? I forget who said the quote, so, I can't remember their name, but it's action is the greatest form of prayer. I have it written somewhere. I think his name's like Matt something. Matt Harding. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, this is like some sort of strategic action that's taken. I also feel like you're being divinely guided. You're just not aware of it. You feel it, okay? You're just not sure what it is. This could be for somebody who's not very spiritual. They're just rolling along in their automobile. I got so many songs. Rolling along in my automobile. Somebody could be driving a lot. With my baby beside me at the wheel. I don't know if that's the words, but it feels right. But yeah, this is some sort of sudden revelation about a connection with someone. And I feel like there's, whatever the Seven of Swords energy is, it's almost like you hadn't allowed yourself, or someone hasn't allowed themselves to like daydream, okay? They've been lying to themselves that even though they're alone, they're not lonely, you know, they're not afraid, they're not blocked. And I feel like somebody here definitely is blocked, and they're blocking some sort of not only abundance emotionally and connection with person, but there's also some sort of financial abundance and energy. Like with that Ace of Wands, that's energy, okay? It's action orientated. They're blocking that. I feel like more prayer and meditation is needed here. And just be aware. Like I said, if you're going to worry, at least balance it out with daydreaming. Okay? Let's get a little farther. Four of Wands. In Three of Pentacles, this has to do with working with someone, some sort of relationship that one is desiring. Someone is desiring a relationship here. That is what's popping out as I'm shuffling. Two of Cups, yeah. All right, so Six of Pentacles. You definitely, you know, if you give out, that fell on that Seven of Swords. If you're going to give out deception, like even at a subconscious level, if you're going to lie to yourself, you're going to get a liar to your face, okay? So stop lying to yourself. Allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, even if that's desire for connection with another person. Please, please, for your own sake. Like, that's what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, somebody's got some feelings. Definitely could be a Scorpio. There's just somebody here at King of Cups. You know, this is somebody that has a lot of feelings that just haven't talked about them. I feel like somebody desires some sort of connection. Four of Swords coming out. This is heavy on their mind. It's like almost to the point where it's like, couch lock. Somebody can smoke weed. But it's like, it's so heavy on their mind that it's got them stuck. Okay? Four of Swords it's this stuck energy. It's done. Like, it's healing. But yeah, it's like resting. It's like always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Heavy. Ten of Wands. You were always on my mind. Page of Cups on the bottom. All right, so where's the viewer at in this? Let's go ahead and get that energy, and then I'm going to close this reading out. All right, where's the viewer at in all this energy? Thank you, God. You guys seen that card fall out? It's Death card, more Scorpio energy. You could be a Scorpio, and it fell over this Four of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ten of Wands. Somebody's done lying to themselves. They've been stuck in their head. Whatever this is, it's done. It's an ending, okay? An ending to hermit mode, an ending to the subconscious. You're going to take that subconscious and you're going to shuffle it forward and go after what it is you're wanting here. Okay? That's for you, Scorpio. Knight of Cups on the bottom. More Scorpio energy. So something here is transmuting. You're real. I feel like you're hearing me. This is the point of tarot, y'all. It is like when you get a reading, okay? It is to go, okay, well, this is what's going on, you know? You kind of already know when you get a somebody about a counselor. Somebody could be not a counselor, but a consular, like overseas. It's Something about consulate office. Something about overseas. Anyways, embassy. Something about the embassy or a embassy. I don't know. You could, when you get a tarot reading, right, you already kind of know. You have a vibe about something. You're just trying to get deeper info, okay? That's what it brings a tangible. Tarot is a tangible form of guidance, basically. Instead of having conversation, we have cards that are tangible and can also show you the energy, okay? The pictures that represent the energy. And then when you get a really intuitive reader, sensitive reader, psychic, you know, somebody like that, because anybody can read tarot, just take some studying. But to get an intuitive tarot reading, which is somebody that locks in and taps into your energy, and the energy's in your energy, that's where you start getting the intuition, okay? That's where you start getting the intuitive messages, the weird random things, like songs that relate to what's going on, even foretelling things, okay? Because it's all already there. Somebody used to study physics. It's all already there. All a reader, a good reader, like an intuitive reader, right, which anybody can be intuitive, they're pulling that from the ethers. It's in another dimension, basically, and they're calling it forward. They're like plucking strings out of the heavens, okay, and being like, this is what's going on, or this is what the potential is. Now, when we make choices, that changes the energy, changes our energy. It changes the energy we allow into our energy. So please keep that in mind. Not only that, like I said, I'm talking about dimensional things. So this is a timing. Timing is not linear. You've got to really, just really look into physics, okay? But whatever this is a change. This is a transmutation. I feel like you're putting an end to this. I feel like you're hearing me, whoever's on the other side of the screen. I feel like you are genuinely looking for some sort of guidance here, and you're listening. What needs to happen is you need to worry less, pray more, keep your thoughts higher, okay? Think about the potential here. It's infinite. What if I told you that each of your thoughts created your tomorrow? I mean, you would really be careful about what you thought about, right? You wouldn't be wondering, oh, I wonder if there was a T-Rex in Aldi's when I go grocery shopping. You would not let your mind go there. I mean, maybe you would. I kind of do. But, you know, because you're kind of like, what are the odds? But man, I tell you what, if I went to Aldi's tomorrow to do grocery shopping and there was a blow-up T-Rex figure in the store, I'd be very careful about what I'm thinking about. True story, not the T-Rex part, but when you think about things and it shows up, it doesn't always show up with how you think it might show up, but it does show up. That huge indicator, like, be careful about, pay attention to the thoughts, mind. Watch yourself closely, y'all. Watch yourself closely. There's something here about principles, okay, your belief system. Really look into that. I feel like somebody here, they're not really spiritual. I mean, I don't feel like you are, viewer. I feel like you're dabbling, okay? You're getting into it. You're not in the thralls of it. And I feel like God is really encouraging you to get into the thralls of it. That's how you get closer to God. That's how you connect with God, okay? Is understanding the science of being a human. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. I think God gave us science and astrology and astronomy and all of that. Like understanding energy so that we could understand God better, okay? And isn't that part of it, to be understanding instead of being understood? I believe that is in a prayer. Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. I forget what that piece, what that prayer is. I think it's the prayer of... I can't remember the name of it. Queen of Cups fell on the King of Cups. There's someone here in love. You want love. You have your eye on someone, whoever this is, viewer. Okay, I feel like you're very loving too. And I feel like you might have been hurt. I mean, who hasn't been hurt in the past? But I feel like, you know, you've kind of been reluctant to get back out there. And I think your brain has been betraying you because you've been allowing it to, okay? What is the viewer at in this energy? Wow. St. Pio, Six of Pentacles came back out. You're going to give to something here, viewer. I can't even. There's an emotional new start. You're taking some action here. It's an emotional start. With the Star card, you're recognizing there's some healing vibes going on here. wherever there's been confusion, I feel like that's going to start making sense now. Yeah, Emperor, you're bossing up, taking control. Definitely Aries. I think this is going to happen. I feel like this energy is going to happen right now. I want to look up that prayer because maybe this will be helpful for you. It's a beautiful prayer. What does it? Make me an instrument of your peace. Dear God, wherever there is injury, let me give pardon. Make me an instrument. Ah, look at that. Somebody could be Catholic. Okay. St. Francis, the prayer of St. Francis. Christianity.com. Okay. Is a widely known prayer attributed to St. Francis of Assisi, a Catholic saint who lived in the 12th and the 13th centuries. Pisces energy, 12th house. Okay. Death energy, the 13th card in tarot. Just saying. So this is called the prayer of peace. You can look it up. I'll show you here. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Just so you know what I'm looking up. Not bamboozling anybody. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O divine master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love, for it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. So guys, think about that, okay? This is the peace prayer of St. Francis. Meditate on that, because I feel like it's really relevant for this reading. Viewer, you're in a loving space, you're transmuting some energy here, and I feel like you're in the throes of it, okay? You're putting an ending to stuff that's holding you back and blocking you from a solid future. I also, with the Six of Pentacles coming out, I do feel like you're going to start taking action, not based off, I'm going to do this so I can get, I'm going to do this so I get good karma, I'm going to do this so that, that person does something for me. Okay, I don't think it's like that. I feel like it's more like I'm going to take action here because it is a healthy, loving, helpful thing for me and mine. And that's okay to do. This is a self-love energy. Not only is there a connection here because you have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, okay? Those are counterparts. You have somebody, I've already said that in the beginning. You have a relationship you are calling in, okay? We have Cancer energy. I feel like this is going to change your whole household. There's a change. You're having an addition come in, okay? I feel like there's an energy here with, there's other people watching, so there's an energy here where someone has a lot of kids and perhaps they've been holding back because they're like, I have so many kids, no one's going to want to join our, you know, our team. I almost said farm. Something like that. You know, I also feel like there's an individual here who's just alone, and maybe, you know, there's some self-esteem, self-worth issues going on there. Or, you know, you're healing those and you're not quite healed, so there's still some back and forth between I deserve love and I'm not quite deserving of love. So I feel like you're working on that with that Six of Pentacles and that Death energy. Definitely. Especially with Temperance. There's a balance here. Also, there's a blessing right in front of your face, viewer, and I don't know who it is. Let's get some cards on that before I end this reading. You have Aries, strong. Cancer, strong. Can't ignore the Scorpio here. Okay, this could be, I feel like these are sun signs, but you can also have these heavily aspected in your birth chart. We have the sun, moon, rising, your north node, your Venus, and your Mars, okay? Those are prominent placements. For instance, I have Libra affecting 2 major parts of my birth chart, like planets. So stuff like that, I have to take into account when I see Libra in a reading, okay? So maybe that's something relevant for you. Maybe study astrology and astronomy. It's fun. All right, who is this person that the viewer is calling in? Because viewer, I think you're going to take some action here. There is, yeah, you're the death card, you know, that's action. Even though it's an ending, it's an action. It's transmutation. You're transmuting energy, especially with that Six of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. You're sharing some love is what you're doing. I see someone just kissing like babies on the head, okay? So it's something like that. It's like this new beginning, you know? Maybe that's what children are representing in this, is if you don't have kids, it's just, you know, you have so many new beginnings that you want to go towards and you just don't think you can. I think you can. Or maybe you just have that many babies. Like, you know, hey, maybe you do. All right. I said Libra. So there's your Justice card, Libra energy. You could be calling in a Libra. You could be calling in someone who is authoritative in the sense of they're very balanced. I feel like they help balance some of this energy out for you, viewer. I feel like they're, I almost want to say opposite of you, where you're, you know, a doubting Donnie or a doubting Donna. I feel like this person's like, but what if? Okay, that type of energy. You know, Libra energy is the sign of the zodiac. It's represented by an inanimate object. I'm not saying like that there's not feelings there. They're just fair feelings. They're very fair. They're very balanced. Okay. Well, if it can go bad, then obviously it can go good. That's a Libra kind of mentality. Another aspect of a Libra energy is, well, you know, it's not very fair to think that, you know, horrible things are going to happen without thinking, you know, that good things are going to happen. That's very much like, is that fair to yourself? Okay, that's a Libra energy. We do have the Queen of Wands coming out. This person's very attractive. I feel like they're very creative. It could have fire in their chart. They could present as a very, you know, passionate person. Even though they're very emotionally balanced, they're very passionate about things. Okay? Definitely could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Not everybody's going to be calling in Libra, so we definitely got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or any of the other signs I've called in. Okay? Make it make sense for your life and what you got going on. Definitely, I feel like this leap of faith has been a challenge. We have the Five of Wands. Somebody's worried about competition, you know, as well with this person. I feel like you're going to be victorious because we go from the Fool to the Five of Cups to the Six of Wands. Five of Cups. Oh, that's regret. Five of Wands is what I meant, to the Six of Wands, okay? So, yeah. And then Page of Wands. Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot on this one. Because I feel like this person is very much open to you coming in and joining your team, circus, club, farm, whatever this is. This is kind of giving me like you weren't expecting it, neither would they, but that Tower energy is like, I have so much feelings. Like, I've been so close-minded. And really, there's a lot of love here. Yeah, I see a family, whether it's just two people starting out or, you know, people coming together and building a foundation with, you know, already made players. Whether that be kids or farm or whatever. You know, there's a teamwork that is going to make this dream work, for sure. So I feel like there's something about helping hands, or somebody could, that's a food pantry near me, is helping hands. So somebody could be, you know, very charitable, very helpful. It's a helpmate, Adam and Eve type energy, okay? There's a helpmate here. It doesn't have to be hetero. It can be same sex and still have this, okay? But yeah, this is like love. That's all it is. So just for examples, though, there's helping hands involved here. Whoever you're calling in is very helpful. They're going to be, I feel like, a great addition to whatever you got going on. You just won't allow yourself to feel it. So allow yourself to feel it. Alright, that is all I have. I hope this is helpful. If nothing else, entertaining. Many, many blessings to you. Till we talk again. See you soon. Bye.